Hey guys, it's Gaz. Welcome to the Warframe video. So if you have been playing the game recently and you have done the endurance run for the Hostile Mergers event, you most likely have gotten to 1,000 points and have been rewarded the Spectra Vandal, which is one of the new operation weapons. We actually got two this event. We got the Galaxian Vandal, we also got the Spectra Vandal. So this is the one that's basically a freebie. I think you have to do like 2 rounds pretty much to get this rewarded to you. So if somehow you completed the endurance portion of the event and did not get this, congratulations on being that ignorant. But yeah, let's go over the stats really quickly. We have 28% status chance, 20% crit chance, 2x multiplier, really fast fire rate at 12, small amount of punch through a base. It's a slash and puncture based weapon. This is also a beam weapon, guys, so it's constant fire. Let's quickly just show how it operates with no mods equipped at all. Let's spawn some enemies for this thing. So it's got a 22-meter range at base. So let's try to get about 22 meters away from her. If we can even do that. There we go. So we're at like 21 meters, still hitting damage. We back up a little bit more. She's taking no damage. We're about 24 meters at this point. So that is going to be a limiting factor for this weapon for a lot of people. It does have some good stuff going for it, though, guys. The slash-based nature of this thing, it's actually one of the very few slash status weapons, as far as pistols are concerned, that are actually somewhat viable, because this thing has good crit, good status. You can make a nice hybrid build for this thing. You can also build it for lots of different elemental combinations. But I'm going to recommend viral and slash. Basically, modding this thing like it was a hunter munitions weapon for like a primary. So we currently have no mods in this build right now. This is the build I'm going to be suggesting to you guys, but Magnum Force is definitely not a mod I'm going to be suggesting to everyone. So this thing is really accurate at base. As you can see, 100 accuracy at base. If you put the Magnum Force mod in there, it reduces it to 9.2 accuracy at base. Let's quickly what happens to the laser once we put this mod on here. So it was very accurate before. Now the laser is all over the place. It does have a lot higher damage, but you're very imprecise with this now. So let's just quickly display it with this current build against these enemies. We have a viral slash setup with 2 dual stats. The status chance is 61%, which is still like somewhat reliable. If you could get higher somehow and still have only viral and slash, I'd like that, but that's going to require a Riven or to gimp your build in some way. So yeah, pretty good. Until level 165. These are all headshots, of course, so it's not going to be that, it's not as realistic as in Mission, of course. These guys are paused, not standing still, obviously. So yeah, here's some body shots on this guy. This is the no Riven build. So I mean, for no headshots, that's not terrible. These guys have a lot lower health overall. These guys are mostly armor, so the slash procs go directly to their health and just wreck them. So see, when we go for all headshots there, he just melts. Against amalgams, I'm not going to really recommend this as a DPS weapon because amalgams don't really care about dots as much. We can quickly just show it against this guy. So yeah, alternative mods to put in the slot that I have Magnum Force, guys. You can put a lot of different stuff, honestly. There's you can put a 90% elemental in there. You can put another dual stat if you want to not just have viral on here. You could put like Scorch on here, so that would make it viral and heat, and then you get you to 78% status chance, which maybe you'd like that. That could be nice for condition overload. This is a good condition overload weapon in my opinion, because it's got really fast fire rate, really high status chance. It doesn't have impact, sadly, so you can't really get impact procs, but maybe some people would actually consider that a good thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's also a special mod for this thing from the parent sequence called Sequence Burn, which actually gives you 20 additional meters of range, which is a lot, actually. If we look at the other range mod that this thing can equip, Ruinous Extension gives this thing 8 meters, guys. And the special augment mod for this gives it 20 meters, making a 40-meter range, or 42-meter range beam weapon, which might be nice to some people. I know that I was actually interested in this thing when I saw it, because I'm like, ooh, a slash-based beam weapon? We don't really have one of those for pistols yet. And that is actually the case. You can still hit her for full damage all the way over here, but we are losing a damage slot. Let's quickly go over most of the other slash-based, or slash-proc-based secondary weapons you can be comparing this to. So, as far as slash-proc-based secondary weapons, guys, there's the Akjagara Prime, there's the Twin Comac, the Zylok, if you have the Zylok, and then as far as story weapons are concerned, there's the Fuseli. And there's like a couple others that are not super viable without Riven mods, but that's pretty much it, guys. The Actigara Prime is going to be like the main slash proc based secondary that this will be in competition with, because I mean it's not a top tier. Like, period. The Spectra Vandal is not a top tier weapon, guys. But if you want to have like some fun, just have like a slash tick weapon that's like really good for slash procs. You can get up to 100% status. Maybe get something with like also get a Riven with like crit and stuff on it. You'll have like a really good hybrid setup. If you get 100% crit, 100% status on this beam weapon, I guarantee it would be so beastly, guys. So let's quickly display how it is with the Riven. My Riven just pushes it more into slash, gets 100% status. And we're basically just removing the range mod, or like, this is the flex slot. Like I said, you can put lots of stuff here. But let's just quickly show, there's no Bane mod in here. You could even go crazier with the Bane mod, because Bane mods are very effective as far as slash procs are concerned. So here we go. Same enemies as before, all headshots, because we're cheaters. So level 165, see those slash procs, they stack up pretty quickly because of 100% status. Pretty nice. That was about half a magazine to kill her. I mean, we did let the slash procs kill her, though, so that was part of it. Alright, let's use it on this bombard. It should just tear through this bombard. And we have no Magnum Force in here, so we have lower base damage than the other build. So yeah, let's just do some body shots here. Pretty nice. Can't complain about that. The Riven's not amazing either, so it could definitely be much, much better than this. If you have like a really good Riven with a crit and status on it. So see what I mean about the Amalgam's not really caring about Dot? As soon as I stop shooting him, his shield goes back up and he doesn't take the slash procs anymore. So yeah. It's going to be like a nice condition overload applier for these guys, but you're never going to actually use this as DPS on those guys. Sadly. But yeah, I'd say overall it's worth the time. Let's just quickly show how my Zylok does against these guys. Actually, let's use Actigara. Actigara is better than the Zylok. So this is going to be a similar situation. We actually don't have a viral build on here. Oh yeah, I have cold on my Riven. Let's just switch that. And we can just put like a 90 elemental there. That should work. Alright, so this will be a similar situation. Not 100% status, but we'll see how many slash procs we're getting here. This is like one of the top tier slash proc secondaries. And there's, like I said, there's not really a lot of them, so it's not really saying much. Alright, so there's impact in here, so she's getting staggered. I mean, I did miss a lot. I have a plus recoil Riven, so a lot of the shots were like going all over the place, I feel like. But honestly, it probably outperformed the Actigara Prime there. When we went all for headshots, let's try it on this guy. I have a decent Actigara Riven too. And the fact that my Spectra Riven is not very good, kind of making the Spectra look a little bit better, guys. It's a very different weapon, of course. Okay, against him it was a lot better. Okay, so, At least in the same area as the Actigara Prime, kind of. I'm gonna probably say Actigara Prime is better overall. And another thing about the Spectra Vandal, guys, is that it has no innate polarities, so you have to use a lot of Forma on it to get like a full build out of it. So that could be a problem. I know I'm starting to run out of Forma. Thankfully, Plague Star is gonna be here very soon. So I'll be able to get tons of Forma very easily from there. So we have 5 Forma on this thing to fit this build on. Definitely not going to be for everybody at all. But it is like a slash-based beam weapon that can be nice for slicing up bodies, for Necros and stuff like that. So maybe it'll be worth it to you. I'm not going to recommend it to every player for like... Because you don't really have any reason to own this, honestly. Besides like Mastery Fodder. It's like a step or two above Mastery Fodder, in my opinion, guys. Yeah, you have lots of options to this last slot. Range, you could put some Toxin there, you could put a reload mod if you really wanted to, I guess. Lots of options, guys. And yeah, that's basically it. We can go into a mission really quick and just display how it works in like ESO. Let's put some weapons on here. You know, I haven't used the Prisma Skana for a long time. Let's do that. Alright, so we're going to quickly do like 1 or 2 waves of ESO with the Spectra Vandal, guys, and then we're going to end the video. Also, we had no corrosive projection on there, of course, because I just wanted to give you the raw damage there so we can have an idea of what's happening. So, yeah, guys, there were some temp bans that were issued for the negative crit damage and the Hydroid and the Loki exploits for the Hostile Mergers event. for the leaderboards. So yeah, that went through. I think some people actually got perma banned if they are a repeat offender that's been abusing for multiple events. So rip those people. But if you're abusing and exploiting for multiple events, maybe you just shouldn't be here anyway. Go ruin the leaderboards in another game, right? So yeah, people that like only did it once, like I don't know, like they're only getting temp bans until like June 3rd, like when the event ends on PC. So that's not too bad, honestly. Like it could have been a lot worse. Here we go, just tearing through these dudes at level 60. They do have the Nova. Let's find some guys without the Nova buff on them so we can have a fair assessment. All right. After this wave is dead, there'll be some guys without a Nova buff. So I actually have ran into some ammo issues with this thing when I'm holding down the trigger like this, so it might be something that you will encounter, so just be aware of, this thing has an 80-round magazine, and if you just are unloading the magazine left and right, you're going to run out of ammo relatively quick, so yeah, here's the no Nova buff, just tearing through these guys. That guy has a Nova buff, that guy doesn't. These are butchers, mind you, so take it with a grain of salt, of course. Ooh, almost got like one shot by that guy. Alright, so this is where I'm going to use a Nova buff just to clear out these enemies. Alright. So honestly, I think this thing's pretty fun. Like, I'm not going to recommend it to everybody because it's like a lot of forma to get to a build like this. And it's not like a really universally powerful weapon because it's like, it's a slash damage over time weapon, pretty much in my opinion. So that's not for everybody at all. It's not useful for like Eidolons in any way. It's not useful for the orb really. So for those, like it's not a thing. But if you're just trying to have some fun in the mission, just like slash proc some dudes, maybe you'll like it like I do. I do enjoy this thing. I am going to keep the Riven around. I've been having to try and decide about getting rid of some Rivens lately, guys, because they still want to expand my Riven slots. So it's hard times around here at GazTV, trying to get rid of those Rivens. I've been like getting really desperate, just trying to sell stuff for like 100 plat, even though it's good. And yeah, I'm just starting to delete stuff at this point. So they really need to expand those Riven slots, or I don't even know, guys. Like, what am I gonna do? What are people with 90 Riven slots gonna do? Just delete Rivens that are good, I guess, if that's what DE wants. I'm gonna complain about this like every other video until the end of time, I swear. Yeah, pretty fun weapon, honestly. Guy just standing around. We're not really noticing that 0.5 punch through at all right now. At least I'm not. But it does have some punch through innate to it, so that's kind of nice. If you can notice it, that's another story. Alright, let's do the next wave just to get a relic out of this. And then we will call it, guys. So if you already have the Actigara Prime and you like are happy with that as your slash proc secondary weapon, and you also like use hunter munitions and stuff, you probably don't need this. But if you're just like, if you really like slash procs like I do, and you want a secondary that does that, because there really aren't many other options as far as this kind of situation is concerned, like maybe pick it up. If you really like slash procs, it's definitely like one of the best slash proc secondaries in the entire game. When you have 100% status like this, and it's just like ramping up the slash procs, on most enemies it's just nasty, honestly. A bit slow of a reload speed in my opinion, but it's not the end of the world. This thing is definitely serviceable. We'll be doing a video on the Galaxian Vandal very soon as well. I do like the Galaxian Vandal in addition. I think that's worth keeping and getting a Riven for in addition, so yeah. Both of the event weapons are good from this event. If a bit unnecessary. Like the Galaxian Vandal, unlike the normal Galaxian guys, that one has AoE on the shot, which can be really nice. For like lower levels like this, it can just like tear through multiple enemies at once, which is really, honestly, a good thing. AoE weapons in Warframe, A+ from me. Let's pick up the spaghetti or whatever it's called, so no one gets triggered. Alright. These are infested, of course. The first wave was corrupted. So, I mean, corrupted, some of them have armor, so I guess that's kind of a good interpretation of how this works against armor with a viral slash build. Yo, nice flip, dude. That was a great flip. You decide, guys. Do you want this or not? Like, it does take 5 forward for this build, which is pretty universally good. I've used this as a status applier against the Demolus in Disruption, and it's definitely like high tier, not top tier for status applying. I think the Pox, the Cyanex, or the Zocti are going to be better for that. But you can use this thing really quickly too. So like it has very fast fire rate. You have high status chance it's going to get a lot of procs out like, almost immediately. Who knows? Maybe it'll become your new favorite weapon. Like I've actually been whipping this thing out like every couple of missions. Like I've been really enjoying the Cyanex lately, but this thing has definitely been in my arsenal. So yeah, hope that you guys found this enjoyable as always. Like I said, there'll be a Galaxian Vandal video coming very soon, and then probably a Gaze video as well, as long as they don't, because there's been like 3 or 4 hotfixes at this point, and they haven't buffed the chaining, so I'm kind of under the impression they're not going to buff the chaining at all. So we'll just probably do the Gaze video as is, and if it gets buffed, awesome. Like, if I'm complaining about it being weak in the video, and then it gets buffed the next day, that's great. I'm happy that it gets buffed, and it's like going to be a top tier weapon at that point, so yeah. I will see you guys in the next video. Please like, share, subscribe, and take it easy, guys. Later.